Why did I kick out my pregnant sister? My older sister, Maggie, wasn't the best person. She flunked out of high school, barely scraping by to get her GED when she was 20. She jumped from job to job, never holding anything down for longer than 6 months. Soon, no one in our tiny town wanted to hire her because they knew her from her previous jobs. She ended up couch surfing with her friends until our parents took pity on her and allowed her to stay with them until she got back on her feet. She was the kind of person who jumped from guy to guy, never settling down with anyone. She was afraid of commitment, which is why she also jumped from job to job. Then came the straw that broke the camel's back. She got pregnant from one of her many boyfriends, who immediately left town and broke up with her after hearing about the baby. She decided to keep the baby, and our parents decided it was too much. They couldn't take care of her anymore, so they turned to me. My sister moved into my house about a month after finding out she was pregnant. I did everything I could to make her feel at home. I wanted to help her through this pregnancy. The only issue was that she never got along with my girlfriend, Amy. Amy always said how she thought Maggie hated her, and when I confronted Maggie about it, the only thing she said was that I could do so much better than Amy, although she used a not nice word to describe my girlfriend. It was a good thing my girlfriend wasn't living with me at the time, though she was over at the house almost every night. Maggie would always give her the cold shoulder whenever Amy came over. The girls would ignore each other, and I noticed that Maggie kept begging me for attention, taking my attention away from my girlfriend. Amy never complained, but I could see the rising frustration. Maggie constantly needed me for something, going shopping for baby items, reading baby books to her, going with her to her doctor appointments, and I still had to go to work and clean up the house. She sat on her butt all the time, in front of the TV, in her room, in the kitchen. She never cleaned up after herself, making a mess wherever she went. When I tried confronting her about it, she would tell me that it was my house, not her problem, so I threatened to start charging her rent. She said I was bluffing. Her behavior started getting worse. At first, I just thought it was hormones because she was pregnant, but she didn't have waves of bad attitudes. Her bad attitude was long-lasting, never-ending, and I was getting so tired of it. Then Maggie did something I never thought she was capable of doing. I came home from work one day to find my girlfriend waiting for me on the front porch. "Where have you been?" she demanded. "I tried calling you, but I think you have me blocked on your phone." I glanced at my phone, and sure enough, her number was blocked. That was weird. I never blocked her number. She continued, "I tried knocking on the door, but Maggie told me you broke up with me and didn't want to talk to me. When I asked to talk to you, she shoved me back and slammed the door in my face. Her eyes were red with tears. What is going on?" I was pissed. I opened the front door and barged into the living room where Maggie was sitting with a bowl of popcorn and a mess on the coffee table. I stared around at the state of my house. "Did you block Amy on my phone?" I demanded harshly. Maggie glanced at me with a shrug. There was no apology on her face. "So what?" she asked. "I'm just looking out for you. You don't want to be stuck with Amy forever. Trust me." Then she went back to her movie as if she didn't do anything wrong. I was fuming. I ripped the bowl of popcorn out of her hands and tossed it on the couch next to her, not caring about the mess. "Get out," I said coldly. She looked surprised. "What? Get out," I repeated. She laughed nervously. "What are you talking about? I live here." I shook my head. "Not anymore. Get out before I call the cops." Maggie's face was red with embarrassment as she glanced at Amy, who was watching the whole thing. "This is your fault," she suddenly hissed, pushing herself to her feet. I leaped in between them with my phone out. "I'm calling," I told her quietly. She paled. "Someone will be by for my stuff later," she finally snapped. Then she stormed past Amy and slammed the front door behind her. Last I heard, Maggie was living under a bridge somewhere, but what shocked me the most was that she wasn't even pregnant.